Hello, it's Monday, May the 9th, 2011, and I'm Martin Smith with a daily outlook from UFXBank. The dollar strengthened versus the other major currencies after George Soros' hedge fund started selling its gold holdings on speculation that he no longer sees a big threat of deflation. The non-farm payrolls came out 244,000 better than expected 185,000, and the unemployment rate came out at 0.90% worse than expected 8.80%. Treasury Secretary Geithner will urge China to allow higher interest rates when he meets with Chinese leaders this week as the US extends its push for a stronger yuan. Nasdaq and Dow Jones rose by 0.46% and 0.43% respectively. Crude oil plunged by 5% as commodities dropped the most in 2 years over concern that economic growth will slow, to close at $87.80 a barrel. Gold, on the other hand, rose by $16 to close at $1,490.85 an ounce. Today, no major economic data is expected. The euro rose against the dollar and yen on prospects that the region's debt crisis won't keep the European Central Bank from increasing interest rates. The euro-dollar's momentum became very negative owing to past weakness in the euro. As long as the rate is below 145, the pair will probably continue to decline. Overall, the euro-dollar traded with a low 143.14 and a high of 145.87. Today, German trade balance is expected to strengthen from 11.40 billion to 12.50 billion. The pound weakened last Friday against the dollar after the Bank of England kept its main interest rate at a record low of 0.5%. Adding to the pound's weakness was panic in the commodities and stock markets, which drifted investors to stick with the dollar. However, during the Asian session, UK first-time home buyers became less pessimistic on house price outlook, and the pound rose during the night. The next resistance level of the pound-dollar on the daily chart is located at 164.20. As long as the pair is trading below this level, the pound is likely to continue to decline. Overall, the pound-dollar traded with a low of 163.53 and a high of 164.63. Today, no major economic data is expected. The yen fell against the dollar last Friday, as did other major currencies. The dollar-yen is facing resistance at 80.70 on the daily chart. And as long as the pair stays below this, the momentum will remain bearish. Once the pair breaches this, however, it might jump to 81.40. Overall, the dollar-yen traded with a low of 80.04 and a high of 80.83. Finally, Canada's dollar fell the most since July against the greenback as crude oil, the nation's biggest export, tumbled over concerns that the global recovery is stalling. As long as the pair is trading above 0.96 levels, the US dollar is the more attractive. Next resistance on the 4-hour chart is at 0.97. Overall, the dollar CAD traded with a low of 0.9568 and a high of 0.9712. Today, housing starts is expected at 183,000. That's it from me. Be sure to visit us at UFXBank.com for simple, safe, secure trading.